Hey there friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and Arloth and I are here today to talk to you not only about summer reading, which has just started, but also about a book that I think is perfect to kick off the summer with. So we are really excited because summer reading just started this past weekend. It goes until the end of July, and everybody can sign up of all ages, kids, young adults, adults, and if you are a young adult or a younger person, you get a free book just for signing up and a free book if you complete. Now, to complete it across the board for all ages, it's the same goal, which is just 10 hours of reading. So if you complete 10 hours of reading, you win a really great prize, like I said, is a free book. You have also every week there are lots of other prizes and raffles and all kinds of really fun things, plus really great programs that are going all summer long. So the theme this year for summer reading is all together now, which when I first heard that theme, I wasn't sure what to think about it because it seems like a really broad, kind of vague summer reading theme, because normally in the past their themes are more concrete, like, ocean or space or superheroes or, what have you. And all together now just seemed like it could encompass so many different things. But when I really sat down and thought about it, I actually decided that this was a fantastic summer reading theme because it's all about finding your tribe, creating your community, finding those people that you just totally vibe with, people that you're on the same wavelength with, and that love a lot of the same things that you do. So I think that this book that I'm going to talk about today is a wonderful example of that. You don't have to read this for summer reading, obviously, but it was something that really made me think that that it fell into this whole thing. So this book is called The Other Merlin by Robyn Schneider. Now, this is a King Arthur retelling, basically, The Other Merlin. And I do want to say also that it is part of a trilogy. The first and second books are out right now. I have only read the first so far. The third is slated to come out next year, and the second one, like I said, is out now. But the way this book ends, there's no cliffhanger at the end of this. It actually reads as, it can be read as its own little contained story. I actually had to look it up when I got to the end because it ended so well. I thought, oh, okay, this is just a one book thing. This is not part of a series, but it is part of a series. And I'm really glad that it is because I'm very excited to read the second book and share that with you as well. I really love King Arthur retellings. Basically any kind of King Arthur retelling, I am down for it. And I've read actually kind of quite a few of them so far this year. And I believe so far, honestly, that this one is probably my favorite. I will say, if you are the kind of person that is very particular and nitpicky about the accuracy of King Arthur and those stories, you might get a little miffed about stuff because the author definitely takes some liberties with this book and with the King Arthur story. Now, I usually am somebody that gets very bent out of shape about stuff not being true to like the original stories and stuff, but this was done so well I didn't even care at all. So, like, for example, one thing is that there is definitely coffee in this book that they talk about drinking, and it didn't really exist in King Arthur's time back in England. It came to England in like the 1600s, if I'm remembering that correctly. So there's like some historical inaccuracies as well as like, inaccuracies of the tales of the different characters and stuff too, which, like I said, normally I get really crazy about, but this book does it so well, and I loved these characters so much that I didn't mind. So this kind of takes the story of Merlin, Lancelot, and Arthur and really twists it around a bit. And Merlin in this story is actually the name of a family, and it's twins. So you've got Emmett Merlin and Emrys Merlin. And so Emery Merlin rather is the girl sibling, and Emmett is the boy. And Emmett is kind of a loose cannon. He's never paying attention to his studies. He's not very good at magic. But Emery, however, is. And she is the one that really wants to be a wizard and a court wizard. And when Emmett receives the message from King Uther Pendragon saying, I'm looking for this new court wizard, she really thinks she belongs at court, not him. But women are not supposed to practice magic, so she has to pretend to be her brother. She dresses up like a boy, and goes to court and pretends to be a boy to be able to be the court wizard. She becomes friends with Arthur, who is the next king in line. Obviously, he's the heir, and becomes friends with Lancelot. And the three of them just form this friendship that is so incredible. I loved it so much. Like, their bantering and their bickering between the three of them, their camaraderie, the friendship between these three characters is just so perfect. It's just story gold. I loved it so much. And of course, there's all kinds of like shenanigans and capers, and Guinevere is thrown into the mix somewhere in the line. Arthur in this story is more of a bookworm. He likes to study. He doesn't really want to be a king eventually, and he's kind of embarrassed and not happy about having pulled the sword from the stone. So, and Lancelot is like a disgraced guard from this story that came out that is very untrue. So, like I said, there's just a lot of like little things about their characters that are quite different from the original stories, but it's so fabulous. The writing is really good. The dialogue is really relatable, even though, like I said, it's based in, you know, medieval England. You can really just follow along with the characters, and even though it's not the most historically accurate or mythologically accurate book, it is so good and absolutely wonderful. Don't miss out on this one because it's really fantastic. And like I said, this is the first book in a trilogy. Third book is not out yet, but the second book is. Haven't read it yet, but I will, and as soon as I do, I'm excited to talk to you about it. But you can read this one just as a one and done, and it totally fits. So highly recommend this. Please pick it up, especially if you love King Arthur stories, or if you love mythology, or if you just love really great stories about community and friendships and people finding each other and vibing. This book is perfect. The Other Merlin. Well, that's what we've got for you guys today. I hope that this sounds really exciting and fun. If so, please feel free to come check it out from Farmington Community Library. And thank you so much for watching, friends. Have a wonderful rest of the day.